Hi, what's up, y'all? It's cracking this D. About to react to this impressive vid. This is Meg, Thee Stallion, and Cara's odd friendship. I don't know who the fuck Cara is, but we gonna find out today. And Young Miami and Gina Huynh are feuding over Diddy and something about Doja Cat. Damn, once again. I know y'all not arguing over this nigga. Let's see what's happening.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Impressive channel. There are a few things I want to talk about in this video. The rapper Young Miami is fighting with another woman over P. Diddy. Now this is a mess. If you've been keeping up with the blogs, you probably know that Diddy is Young Miami's sugar daddy. This is her man and she's gonna stick beside him because he is giving her money and she loves it, okay? She is a city girl in the truest sense of the word, and I think Diddy likes Young Miami too, because out of all the women or people he's been linked to, Young Miami is the one he's been flaunting around the most ever since his breakup with Cassie. And I noticed this. He's been promoting her candle line. He's been taking her to the club and inviting her to his events. And he's been taking her out on vacation. And he's very supportive of her group, the City Girls. He was out there hyping her up while she was performing at Coachella. So Diddy is a very supportive sugar daddy to Young Miami. I think he likes her. I do. But Diddy is not exclusive to Young Miami. He got a bunch of sugar babies running around here. He's actually still entertaining his longtime sugar baby, Gina. And I find it interesting that Gina is still in the picture after all this time. Gina was actually with Diddy when he was still dating Cassie. And that was years ago. And Gina apparently got upset with Diddy and she went on Tasha K's podcast and she exposed him. If y'all haven't watched that interview, I would say check it out because I did find it to be very interesting. But even after exposing him and talking about how bad he was to her, she still went back to him because she needs her bills paid. She likes the lifestyle that Diddy gives her, but she's no longer just satisfied with the lifestyle. She wants attention. She's trying to be the main team. She's trying to get chose. She tried to get chose by Chris Brown, but she didn't make the cut. And now she's trying to be Diddy's main girl, but she's been sitting on the sidelines watching Diddy parade Cassie around and parade Lori Harvey and Joy Chavis around. And now she has to stomach Diddy parading Young Miami around, and she doesn't like it. She's jealous. So lately she's been posting Diddy more and more. Recently she posted a picture of her and Diddy together, and Young Miami wasn't here for it. She said, please give this B some attention. Gina responded to Young Miami and said, if anybody is seeking attention, B, it's you. Suck my D, I don't give an F. Why you so pressed, mama? I thought you was a city girl. Young Miami responded and said, notice me please, AB, go sit down. We see you, relax, it's okay. You've been around, just around for years. You've been waiting on this moment. If he can't make you famous, B, I ain't. Attention, B, I am the attention. Let's be clear. I ain't arguing with no B that got cheap lint ball carpet in their house effing on a billionaire. You freaky B. And I am, and that's why I F your man and ain't coming off him. I don't care how many pics you post. Woo-wee! So Young Miami had to let it be known that she is sticking beside Diddy and she ain't leaving. Honestly, I think the whole situation is just pathetic. They're really fighting over Diddy of all people. And Diddy don't care about none of them like that. He really doesn't. But see, it's always a competition. And Young Miami is coming off a little territorial. Diddy is for the streets, and she knew that before getting with him. So she can't start acting pressed that he's entertaining Gina. Gina has been around for a long time. But Gina is also being very pathetic because she obviously wants to compete with Young Miami. And I do sense that there is some jealousy there. I think she's jealous of the fact that she's not getting the same attention that Young Miami is getting. So she's acting really thirsty. And she even teased a diss track to Young Miami, which is ridiculous. But this is nothing more than a clout-chasing move. Notice she didn't act this way when Diddy was with his other women. But something about Young Miami really irks her. And now she's trying to pick on her for clout. It's pathetic, especially at her grown age. Now, moving on to the next topic, I want to talk about Megan Thee Stallion and her interesting relationship with the model Cara Delevingne, or Cara Delevingne, if that's how you pronounce it. But I didn't realize that Megan
Her
was
face is
actually
familiar.
friends with Cara. The last time I saw them together, they were hanging out at Cardi B's Met Gala after party. And I didn't think Megan was comfortable around Cara because there was a point when they were dancing and Cara was doing way too much and Megan had to push her off, and it was kind of cringy. Cara seems to have a serious issue with respecting boundaries because she did the same thing with Azalea Banks. She was trying to fill up on Azalea when she was performing. It was just crazy. So I kind of assumed that maybe Megan was uncomfortable with Cara, but come to find out, Megan and Cara seem to be cool. They seem to be homegirls, or there might be something more going on.
Yeah, it's giving.
But Megan did bring Cara as her tag along to the Billboard Music
I ain't gonna talk
Awards
about her
this
sexuality.
week.
I don't know.
And Cara was doing the absolute most. While Megan was on the carpet, she was peeking from behind the shadows out of nowhere. And she was hyping Megan up and fixing her dress for the cameras. And it was funny. But at one point, Megan was looking at her like, girl, if you don't get on out of here.
She ain't looking at her. She looking past her.
And also, there was another awkward moment when Megan was talking to Doja Cat. Cara pops up out of nowhere talking about, Doja, I love you so much.
The thing is that was the flattest speech I ever made. I was like, yeah. Oh my God, I love you.
Now, if you caught the tail end of that, Megan did say that Cara is her bottom B. And she was referencing Doja's song Bottom B, but some people were suspecting that maybe there's a little bit more to their relationship than that. Maybe they're dating on the low. Who knows? Megan is dating the rapper Party as well, but it's possible that they might have an open relationship. I don't know. But I did find it very interesting that Megan is all of a sudden buddy-buddy with Cara.
More pause.
Some of her fans even noticed that she reposted a picture on her IG story with Cara completely cropped out. So it's a little odd because Megan is hanging out with her, but she seems embarrassed by her at the same time. And I don't know if Cara realizes that people are laughing at her. They're calling her a stalker. They're calling her weird. And they're also pointing out how erratic her behavior is.
Yeah, it's giving
She
mess.
just kind of has a weird personality. And I kind of feel bad because I know it might be due to drug use.
Absolutely.
I did read somewhere that she dealt with addiction and she also deals with mental health problems. So there's a lot going on with Cara. She is pretty troubled, and it does make me wonder why Megan would latch on to somebody who's so troubled and parade her around only for her to be mocked by the public. It's just really weird. And I will say this, it's not very common to see sober people be buddy-buddy with people who use substances unless they're using too. I don't know. And I'm not trying to imply anything here, but
yes, you are, girl.
Observation. Anyway, moving on to the next topic, I want to talk about Doja Cat because there was some controversy over Doja winning in the R&B categories at the Billboard Music Awards, and Summer Walker and her man weren't too happy about it either. Doja Cat won in 3 different R&B categories. She won Best R&B Album. She also won for the top R&B artist, beating out Giveon, Silk Sonic, Summer Walker, and The Weeknd. And she won Billboard's top R&B female artist, beating out Summer Walker and SZA. Now, there were a lot of people who were confused that Doja Cat was even being nominated in the R&B categories, and they also were confused that she won over Summer Walker. Now, one thing about Billboard Awards is they focus a lot on the statistics. They look at sales, streams, radio play, charts. They look at everything. It's all about the stats for the billboards. So it doesn't surprise me that Doja Cat won something because her album Planet Her has been consistently pulling in the numbers. So statistically, it makes sense for Doja Cat to be honored in some way at the Billboard Awards. Now, whether or not it makes sense for her to be honored in the R&B categories is another topic in itself, and I want to touch on that. A lot of people feel like Doja Cat is not truly an R&B artist. They can't really place what type of artist she is because she does different styles of music. She does R&B and hip hop, and she does pop. Her album Planet Her kind of showcases that, and she does have a lot of R&B songs on there, but I wouldn't call her a pure R&B artist. She's not a Summer Walker. She's not a SZA. So is it fair for her to win over artists who are actually more true to the genre? Probably not.
I think
and
so.
I do think
If
it's
she
unfair
doing the
that Summer
genre,
Walker
what's the problem?
continuously gets looked over because Summer Walker actually broke records with her album Still Over It. Her album had the biggest R&B debut ever on Apple Music. Her streams were going absolutely crazy, and also Still Over It's first week numbers did better than a lot of the other albums that were released. I mean, Still Over It sold 166,000 units in the first week. She brought in more numbers in the first week than Ed Sheeran did with his Equals album, and Silk Sonic's album, and The Weeknd's Don FM album, and Doja Cat's Planet Her album. Planet Her only sold 100K in its first week, and while Planet Her did better over time, it's really noticeable that Summer's first week numbers were higher than Planet Hers, and she did this without the big label budget and the promotion. So I do think Summer deserves to be acknowledged in some way because it only makes sense. It makes sense for her to win in an R&B category. Now, Summer did congratulate Doja Cat on her win, but she also shared some of her disappointment. She said, well, this was an interesting night. Congrats to everyone, but not one R&B win. Guess I need to work harder. LOL, Larry, come break my heart. Now, her boyfriend Larry had a lot more to say. He actually went in and said, Billboard, explain to me how a pop artist, Doja Cat, wins two R&B categories and she has one R&B song ever. Billboard.
Why y'all be begging for these awards?
No one is knocking her artistry at all. She's an amazing pop artist, but R&B is R&B. SZA, Summer, and Giveon should have won because they are actual artists.
Who cares? Y'all not getting paid for these awards. It's not like you get an award and you get $30 million along with it. Why y'all so pressed? Who cares? They be begging for these awards year after year and being mad that they got snubbed and why I didn't get this Grammy and this Oscar, whatever the fuck, whatever category. It's just like, bro, all right, they didn't give it to you, they didn't give it to you. Like, all right, keep it pushing. Work harder on your craft. But why do y'all want the approval of these few old white board members so bad? I don't get it. But sure, I guess Meg and Cara's friendship is a little odd. But hey, if they like it, I love it. They having fun, doing whatever they doing together, then hey, they are an odd couple, if that's what they are. And yeah, she is in a whole relationship, but yeah, it could be open and maybe that's her little side piece. I don't know what's happening. Hollywood is very weird, so who knows. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all thought though. Let me know what other videos you want to watch and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.